Welcome to the Betting Dog's Edge, Vegas Fighting Football. I'm your MMA analyst, J-Dog.
And I'm your NFL analyst, Corey Dog. Welcome to the last episode of 2025, ladies and gentlemen. In this episode, we're going to recap the exciting week of Week 17 in the NFL. We got upcoming fight night. We got early picks for Week 18. And then we have our early mouth-watering picks, fight and football. J-Dog, let's jump into it.
All right, we're going to get right into here to the recap of Week 17 NFL. Let's we have to get into, I guess. Let's see. This, and then move over here. There we go. All right, let's do it. It's Week 17.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe, follow us, tell us what you're doing for Christmas and what you're doing for the new year, how you're welcoming it in. We're starting off on Christmas Day. Should have been opening presents with the family, but if you're like me, I was watching football. The Dallas Cowboys and the Commanders. The Dak Prescott went for 307. That was a great game. Turpin one reception, 86 yards to blow the game wide open. And then in game 2, we had the Vikings versus the Lions. Jared Goff looked like a fumbling machine. The Vikings 23-10. And then we have the Broncos and the Chiefs. Chiefs down, Patrick Mahomes is out. Minshew is out, both ACLs. But the Chiefs made it a tough game. It was a 20-3 win by the Broncos. And then we're rolling into Saturday, the Texans versus the Chargers. That was a great game. That number one Texan defense against the number 2 Charger offense. The Texans sacked the quarterback 5 times. And we got the Texans pulling out a win 20-16. And then we're looking at that Ravens and the Packers. I got Derrick Henry putting up Madden numbers. I'm saying 216 yards off 36 carries. I mean, the man set the record for the most rushing yards at Lambeau. Lambeau's been around for a long time. Setting that type of record, that's something. That's saying something.
That's quite a bit.
Quite a bit. And they came in and manhandled them. And then we're rolling into Sunday. The Bengals, they came out to play. They took out their starters in the fourth quarter, basically. They're 37-14 over the Cardinals. Then we had the Browns 13-6 over the Steelers. That was a tight game. Deion Sanders' son, pulled out a win against Aaron, that bad man, Rodgers. Without DJ Metcalf, it made that offense one-dimensional. Then we had the Saints and the Titans. Now, that one had me sweating a little bit. The Titans jumped out to a 26-point lead, and the Saints came back to win that game, man. That was a little bit of a heart attacker. And then we had the Jaguars and the Colts. The Jaguars, they're coming in at 23-17 over the Colts. And then the Dolphins and the Bucks. Now, I don't know what's going on in Tampa, Baker. You're on a 4-game skid right now. You lost to a rookie quarterback, 20-17. Interceptions were his problem this game. Then we're looking at the Patriots and the Jets. I'm not even saying too much more. 42-10. It was the Patriots versus the Jets.
Stomped them.
So at the end of the day, and then we're looking at the Seahawks and the Panthers. Now, the Panthers are playing for their life this weekend, but at the end of the day, they played the Seahawks, and they were 27-10. And we got the Giants and the Raiders. The Giants 34-10, another stomping. The Raiders are tanking their season intentionally to get the number 1 pick in the draft. That's crazy. And then we have that exciting game, the Eagles and the Bills. I think we were talking when this game was playing.
Yep. Yeah, I was finally able to start watching football. I was working all day. So, and then I was able to watch this. And nice barn burner there.
I mean, that was one of the crazy games at the end. It was one of our dog picks. And then this one again. Sunday Night Football was another barn burner. It came down to the last play of the game. 42-38, the 49ers versus the Bears. This was a great game. And then we're looking at Monday night was another one. 27-24. Puka Nacua is a beast catching the ball.
Puka is amazing. Man, he missed the line every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then. And then that last catch of the game, I called it a catch because the ball didn't hit the ground. They said because it moved, it wasn't a catch. I'm calling it a catch, man.
Yeah, he lost a little bit of control for that split second. They caught on camera, so not much you can say.
You're going to hit the ground. Who's holding on to something's going to move when you hit the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
So, let's pull up our picks, man, see how we did head to head.
All right.
These are our picks where we went through each game. and it looks real good. This week alone, we evened out 9-7 apiece,
So
sir.
you want to show that there?
Yeah,
Bam.
9-7 apiece. We had a little difference. Our dog picks came through, and the Bills and the Eagles, and came through. So we evened out this week versus your AI versus my number crunching and knowledge
Yeah, it
of
was
players.
AI, but it was weighted. You know what I mean? I got my own decision, but I just plugged in the AI. So
I mean,
it's
2 weeks
doing
in
good.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row, we're coming even.
It's doing good.
It's
Yeah,
doing
I'm
real
telling you.
good. So we did have some bets out there this week on week 17. We had the 2-leg parlay, 3 legs, and the Rams lost on Monday night, killed 2 of them, and the Steelers lost. Also killed that, but our dog picks did hit though, ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen.
they did.
So keep an eye on those dogs. I told you, the underdog, those dog picks are good. Now and then we had a degenerate pick of the week of player prop.
Oh yeah, the player prop. That's on the bottom of the card there. Yeah, that's on the bottom. That was good. Just missed it. Missed it by that much.
They took Jamar Chase out. We needed 25 yards. He had 60 and 2 TDs. Could you give me just 25 more?
I mean, up to the second half, even everybody was even say, even the commentators, they were like, "This is a very low scoring, low point, low numbered game."
Oh, yeah.
Receiving yards, rushing yards, everything was just low. They're like, "This is less than half than what it should be by halftime." And then he took the, what's his name, and then it just went worse. But we were still this close.
I mean,
so it was a good bet.
It was a good bet,
even with all the mayhem going on with nothing going on.
Jamar Chase averages 85.5 yards a game.
But that's still a good prop. Regardless, barely. So
barely missed it. And Bijan Robinson also in this Monday night game set another record. 216 yards for him too.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
At this point. But like, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. That's our week 17 recap. We're gonna dive into these upcoming fights. Follow us on the socials. They're down here in the bottom corner.
Yep.
Tell us where you're following from. Tell us what you want. We're going to give you the edge on everything.
All right, let's get into the upcoming fight night week here, and we get into my cards here. So, looking at the next fight night coming up is a Serrano versus Tellez fight. It was January 3rd, 2026. So, it's going to be the first fight night of the year after everything. And let's get into it here. So, this is the fight night card, basically prelims and main card. And we'll start from the bottom, working our way up. Caleb Tirado versus Justin Hill. I got Tirado on the money line or decision on that if you want to go just a little farther on that for a prop. Alex Chaparro versus Augusto Leal. I have Chaparro money line or KO if you're looking for something else on there. He's just a little better and athletically, and Leal's still just a little more too green on that. So plus, minus 160 for Chaparro, but maybe a KO on him. Let's see. Lozano Oquendo versus Jonil Cotto. I got Lozano for money line or KO on that one. Abner Figueroa Cotto versus Edwin Rodriguez. Figueroa money line or KO. Figueroa is favored on that, minus 500.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, money line or KO on that. So he's just young. He's undefeated. The other guys, he's a vet. Just been worn out a little bit. Let's see. So Echeverria versus Bernardi. We have Echeverria money line or decision on that. Cleaner boxer. It'll go distance.
Okay.
So Echeverria money line or decision on that. LeBron versus Juan Tapia. I got LeBron money line or KO. LeBron just has a lot of power. It's very instinctual. Got a lot of boxing knowledge in there. IQ. They call it boxing IQ in the ring. So he just knows how to use the ring.
And we're not talking about LeBron James, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. This is Henry LeBron versus Juan Tapia. Let's see. So then we got Jan Paul Rivera versus Alfredo Cruz. Rivera money line or decision on that one. And obviously Rivera is favored on that. Then we have another Yanquil Rivera versus Jonathan Gonzalez. This is for a belt, I believe. And Rivera's is favored on this one. Rivera money line or decision on this one. Now, Rivera, just so you guys know, Rivera is on the sports books, I guess, nationwide or worldwide. You can bet on Rivera. So there's very limited bets you can do on these fight cards. So I'm looking everywhere for him. So if you got a bookie, you got a sports book, you want to find those overseas. But because this is going on in Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah,
we
Puerto Rico.
talked about this.
Yeah,
It's
it's
on
in Puerto Rico.
So, all right, going into the main card here. This is a ladies' fight night. So the main card is actually all females fighting. We have Crystal Rosado versus Tanya Walters, and I got Rosado on the money line or decision for that one. Rosado's favored. But it's going to be a dog fight. I think Walters is she's gritty. You know what I mean? She's a dog on this one. But Rosado is a very clean fighter. So it's that technique, right? You know what I mean? Technical difference, in fighting. Then you got Ebony Bridges against Alexis Moniz, and we have Bridges money line or KO on that. A lot of power, a lot of experience. A little gap between experience.
Okay.
But very highly favored Bridges. Let's see, Stephanie Hahn versus Holly Holm.
Okay.
This is the main
co-main event.
There we go, co-main event. And Holly Holmes. We all know Holly Holmes.
She's still fighting.
She's going into boxing. She does everything. She's boxing. She wrestles. She UFC. She does everything. Man. And she's had one boxing match, and she did really good, and she won that one by decision.
Okay.
But she was just quite busier. Won by points, essentially.
Okay.
And that was she was 43 when she did that boxing match. Now she's 44, and she's going into this, and she's favored on this. She's
really
minus 240
okay.
for Holly Holmes to win at 44 years old over Stephanie Hahn, who's 11-0. Younger fighter.
What you think it is? Is it the name?
Hungrier.
Yeah.
All she does is box. She's undefeated. You know what I mean? And now she's fighting Holly Holm. So I think it's just one of these fights that Vegas might be missing something, but we'll get into that. We're going to talk about that a little bit just in a second here. But yeah, we have. I am choosing Stephanie Hahn, the underdog on this one, for the money line or decision on this one. She's not going to knock out Holly Holm. Nah. If she does, she may if she just puts the volume on her. But smart wise, you know what I mean. Take it to decision, but point her out or knock her out. But I think it'll go to moneyline decision. So age gap, like I said, activity favors Stephanie Hahn based on her profession is boxing, and she's mean. She's a mean girl. She's pretty and she's mean. So we'll see on that one. And of course, the main fight is Serrano versus Tellez. We talked about this one on the last video. Serrano versus Tellez. Tellez is the hugely underdog now, plus 13 for her to win, and Serrano's minus 2,500 to win. So huge, lopsided. Like I said, Tellez just got this fight 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? So she got this 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks, and is
right.
she ready? Is
right.
she really ready?
Well, so she was going to fight. Serrano was going to fight Erica Cruz. I don't know if I told you about this, but Serrano was going to fight Erica Cruz.
Okay.
And Erica Cruz was popped for a drug test.
Oh.
So she popped dirty for, steroids or something, unfortunately nefarious. So that's how she got kicked out right at the last minute. And that's why Tellez is coming in. Now, Tellez is a huge underdog. There's a huge, again, gap in experience. There's a huge gap in age. Tellez is a big belt holder, but she's from Texas, and she's only been fighting in Texas. So this is a huge jump for her in class.
That's going to be a difference.
Yeah, it's going to be a difference, but Tellez is a dog. So we have an elite fighter who's been fighting a lot of elite people, Serrano, and then you have Tellez coming up, who's just unbeaten, but she's just been untested at this point too. So when you get some sort of wild card like this, every now and then the wild card will surprise you. But I went and I saw the matchup. They did a little matchup today, and they were kind of face to face with each other. She's very short. She doesn't look very big. You know what I mean? So in her short arm. So she's got a lot of disadvantages to Les.
She's 5 foot.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
Yeah, she's got a lot of disadvantages in this one. But, she's hungry, she's unbeaten, and she likes to KO. So this is going to be a good fight. But, again, we got to say Serrano on the money line for this one. Possibly a TKO in the 6 to 10. Because, Serrano likes to give a lot of volume. She'll just keep punching you out until you just finally just buck on the ref. Goes, that's it. We're done here. You know what I mean? You're not doing anything. So, so that's the fight in a nutshell. Let's see. We'll go into this actual card here, which is a parlay graphic card that I wanted to show everybody, so everybody kind of gets a little bit more value out of these fight nights. Now, again, I'm looking around sportsbook and stuff, and I can't see where to bet on other fights besides the Rivera fight, the Holly Holm fight, and the Serrano fight. So there's really only 3 fights you can actually bet on, and there's not many props. So it just depends on where you go, you know, to where you're gonna bet on to get this. So these are kind of just good range of bets.
Yeah.
If you want some straight bets, some 2-leg bets, some 3-leg parlays, I got them right here for you. So you guys at least have a little bit more knowledge before you bet, right? Or if you're thinking about it or not, you know. Stephanie Han, I guess, is the biggest straight value bet. Odds are plus 180. Very balanced risk on that. Balanced core value. It's a very core valued straight bet.
Yeah.
If you just want to do a straight bet with Stephanie Han, it's best just to do a straight bet with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just, you know, if you believe that she's going to win. So, Stephanie Han, Armando Serrano obviously is the safest bet for a straight bet, but you're not going to make anything at minus 2,500. And then Reina Tellez is your dog bet, plus 1,300, obviously. Small stake, you might want to put on that, maybe a little, $5, $10, something like that.
Something like that.
Hey, why not? You know what I mean? But that's a dog bet, right?
That's
If
a
you wanna
coffee.
do it. Right.
Put my Starbucks coffee on that.
Right, exactly. And then you got your 2-leg parlays, Han plus Tellez, or Han plus Serrano. You know, Han and Tellez as your dog, huge underdog bets.
Yeah.
Han, Serrano, it's more balance. You know, that's something I would like to take, but you get that plus 191. You're not really getting much more value with Han by herself. As you can see, plus 180 on the top.
Yeah.
Plus 191 if you add Serrano. So it's too risky. You're not getting anything for it.
That's a huge risk.
But it's a 2-leg parlay. You know what I mean? If maybe Serrano by decision plus Han on the money line, you're going to get a bigger plus on that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. That's
So,
gonna be different.
you know, so I just want to show you that these are the type of parlays you can look at, and then you can modify them if you can. You know what I mean? If you can find the props for these bets, go ahead. You know what I mean? I would much recommend you do that to get a better plus. Instead of just betting on Han Serrano and getting an extra plus 11 on that. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So anyway, these are, you know, you can always pause and look at this as much as you want as far as the 2 legs and 3 legs. But you do see the risk tiers on there and the notes on there.
Subscribe.
Yep. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment below, and all that good stuff. So moving on to the next card here. This is my mega parlay. Mega parlays.
I love the mega parlays.
Yep, so this is literally degenerate gambling here, but I love it. So, you know, again, if you can find where to bet this, then I would at least try to find it and see, you know, some little teaser bets on this. You know what I mean? $5, $10. You know what I mean? And maybe it gets, you know, plus 14 or something like that on there. But again, very, very degenerate betting on this one.
Filthy degenerate? No accent at all.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
exactly. But, you know, these are the type of bets that I like to do every now and then. If I can find them, I'll drop at least 1 or 2 of these out there. Remember the last one? We did $20 at a plus 5,000 for Inoue in round 10.
Oh, man.
Boy, you should have seen me in round 10. I was like, come on, baby. Come on. Oh well, $20. No big deal. And we still made our money back.
I mean, it would be
You know what I mean?
good.
On an insurance bet. So we're all good with that. Let's see. And then, so this is, again, degenerate mega parlays, 4 or 5 legs on a boxing parlays, which are kind of crazy to do. But, you know, I hit them every now and then. Just on this card, hard to find these bets anywhere in the sports books. Let's see. So I wanted to get into this because it shows you guys anyways, the difference on why when I choose somebody like Han, what's the difference between Vegas and, of course, maybe my model of doing things.
The betting dog's edge.
The betting dog's edge. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment below. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe, like, comment. Anyway, so going into Vegas, you can see, so Vegas every now and then, like with Holly Holm and Stephanie Han, for example. Holly Holm is a big name. And as we know, a lot of times Vegas prices everything around big names, the fans' betting behavior, which everybody knows Holly Holm. So, you know, nobody knows really Stephanie Han unless you really know boxing and women's boxing. And of course, the market bias against, with Holly Holm. That we do have some more data on Holly Holm than we do on Stephanie Han. So, Vegas is kind of, they kind of balance things and go, you know what? We don't know. So we're going to give Holly Holm a little bit more on this one, give her the favor. But we're going to kind of balance it out. So we'll make money on both sides. I mean, you got to kind of see it as Vegas is just all about the money. They want to make all the money. They're not going to give you every time what's going on.
No.
Case in example, Inoue's brother fought last month, and I put a bet on there, and he was plus 350. I said, "What? Wait a minute. Why is Inoue's brother at plus 350?
Wow.
Because he lost the last fight, and now he's fighting someone who has a perfect record. So they favored this guy and gave him the plus 350. Well, I won good money on that one because he was 350. I was like, that's Inoue's brother. He's not going to lose this one. And sure enough, he a unanimous decision and won the fight. Yeah. So, and that's again Vegas, the way that they were doing it, because again they don't, they see this new up and comer, and then they see Inoue losing. Yeah. So, we're going to make money on both sides. That's kind of the way they see it. Yeah. So that's why, cash. Right. So this is why I wanted to show this, so everybody kind of sees that there's a difference. My model obviously shows public name value and fan betting behavior and market bias. Mm-hmm. The thing that I do show is age, right? Yep. Pace, form, trends, fight metrics. Yep. Right? And Holly Holm doesn't have a lot of fight metrics in boxing. She's got it in UFC. Kickboxing and all that stuff. But you can't move that over to boxing. It's a completely different trade of fight hand-to-hand. So age does matter. Form, fight metrics does matter. You know what I mean? And 11-0 for Stephanie Hahn, and she's hungry, and she's mean, and she wants to knock you out. She wants to make it a dog fight. And Holly Holm's just getting older. So, so my models really do kind of weight these a little bit more, obviously, in my brain. You know what I mean? So I wanted to show that this is the reason why when I pick something like an underdog, like Stephanie Hahn, there's a reason. And there's a reason, and I can show it. You know what I mean? Not only that, there was an expected value plus 2.3 on there, which I'll show right now. Now, it's not 78%, just so everybody knows. Don't panic, everyone. It's 38%. So it went from 35.7% implied Vegas odds. And, of course, on our model, the true odds is 38%. So that's a 2.3 edge on there, which is very good on an expected value. It's not great, but it does show that Vegas is under... They're not giving enough value for Stephanie Hahn in that respect at plus 180. Yeah, that's what I mean? So it's a good EV percentage that backs up my pick for Stephanie Hahn. Yeah. So I'm putting it all together. Not saying she could obviously lose. You know what I mean? Obviously. But with everything going on, this is a good straight bet for me. Actually, I'm probably going to put our bonus bet on this one, because I need to use it. It's that bonus 2 plus 250 bonus bet. Okay. So I got a plus $250 bonus bet. I'm probably going to be putting on Stephanie Hahn on this, and I'll post my my bet on there sooner or later. All right, sounds good. So yeah, so that is that's Fight Night, January 3rd, boxing, Serrano versus Tellez. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment below. Now we're going to be moving right into the NFL Week 18.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Week 18 in the NFL. Are you ready? After this exciting week we just had in Week 17, I mean, I was yelling at the TV. We were trying to have a meeting, and I'm yelling, yeah! This weekend is win or go home. Lock in your seat. Number 1 seed gets that bye. Understand, if your team doesn't do it, they're going home. They're playing less. They're playing more. And when I showed you that, when I showed you the playoff predictor the other day.
Yeah.
So remember I showed you, and the Seahawks were number 1? Uh-huh. Within the last 2 hours, guess who jumped to number 1?
Uh-oh.
The 49ers.
You mean on this for that bye seed? Are you serious? Whoa, so remember, so 49ers were second on there. Yeah. Remember, now they jumped to first.
They jumped to first.
See, this is a good bet.
So
I think we might have to bet on this one.
So this week 18 is going to be exciting. I mean, I don't know what you're going to be doing, but I'm in front of the TV Saturday, Sunday. Don't ask me to do nothing because I'm not doing it. I'm watching football. I got the popcorn. I got the tater chips already. I got my lemon water. I'm good, ladies and gentlemen. So what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about these Week 18 matchups, diving into them. Give me 1 second.
All right, like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment below, subscribe, like it. It helps us out, guys. Thank you so much.
We appreciate everything that you do, say what you view for us. That's going to bring us up.
All right, let's do it.
Diving into that first game. That first game on Saturday, we're looking at the Buccaneers and the Panthers. The Buccaneers have been on a 4-game skid, man. They're playing the Panthers again within a 2-week period. I'm leaning the Panthers early. Your leaner is the Buccaneers at home. And then that second game on Saturday is going to be the one that determines the number 1 seed for the NFC. That is going to be the 49ers and the Seahawks.
Ooh, that's going to be a good one.
That's going to be, get your popcorn ready.
That's the seed one.
Yeah, that's
Whoever
the seed
wins
one.
that gets the seed.
They get the seed, yes.
All right, gotcha.
So that's one you want to keep your eye on. That one
And who do you got on that one, by the way? Seahawks, 49ers.
I'm taking the 49ers.
Ooh, so do I. But you know what? This is a coin flip, man. I got this at 52%.
I mean,
the 49ers win. I mean, literally coin flip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean on this one.
The reason I got the 49ers on this one is the last time Sam Darnold was in this type of position, deer in the headlight look. Okay. Brother just dropped the ball, dropped the rock, interceptions out the wazoo.
Right. Gotcha. Fair enough.
So that's why I chose that one. Then we're rolling into Sunday. Now I was listening to Rich Eisen earlier, and they were comparing the Texans' number 1 defense this year to the 2000 Baltimore Ravens defense with Ray Lewis and all those guys. Defense win championships. I'm taking the Texans rolling it. Texas at home versus Indy. And then we're going over to the Bengals and the Browns. Now this is a division rivalry. They're just playing for respect. I'm going Bengals at home over the Browns. And with that, we both agree on that.
Yep, agreed.
And then we have the Saints and the Falcons. After this explosive game this past Monday night, at home versus the Rams, Bijan Robinson running over everyone. You've seen me pick him twice for a player prop, and he's delivered. I'm picking the Falcons also for that one, and you did as well.
Yep.
And then let's see here. Then we're rolling into the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota is starting a rookie quarterback, but that defense is a beast. I mean, what they did last week to Jared Goff, him and a deer in the headlight. Look, 5 turnovers.
Oof.
I mean, we don't know if Jordan Love has cleared the concussion protocol for the Green Bay Packers, so that's the end of the week. That's the end of the week pick right there. Right now, we have.
Did we agree on that one? We got Packers, Vikings.
Packers.
I did Vikings.
You did Vikings. I did Packers.
Ooh, 63% for Vikings for me. Anyway.
Yep. I did like I said, I got a cheap. This is an early pick for week 18.
Yeah, just early picks.
You know,
early
right
picks.
now,
You got the Vikings.
Yeah, we got the Vikings. And right now, we don't even know the injury report, if they're going to play their backups, what they're going to do for the game.
That's true.
Me, I'm going to play it to the win, because if I can get a better seat, I'm getting a better seat for these playoff rules. And then we're rolling into, let's see, we're coming up next on the Titans and the Jags. We both agreed on the Jags on that one.
Yep.
And rolling into Tennessee coming on the road. And then we're looking at the Cowboys and the Giants. We agreed on that one as well. The Cowboys on the road in New York. America's team going to the Big Apple. And that's going to be the Cowboys. We pick on that one. Now, another one that's going to help seeding is the LA Rams versus the Cardinals. The Rams have been on a 2-game skid without Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is the number 1 receiver for the Rams. Matt Stafford, prior to last week's game, threw 36 touchdowns so far for the season. Devontae Adams caught half of them. So without him,
I wonder if he's favored or not.
So they're holding him out. He did some running before the game, and they're holding him out till the playoffs.
Okay.
So they're already a lock, and they're already in. So losing can't kick them out. But at the end of the day, I still like being able to be seated in a better position. And then we have we're rolling over to the Chiefs. My Chiefs are coming here to Las Vegas. They're coming in town. You know the Raiders are tanking the season to get the number 1 pick. We both agreed on the Chiefs for that game. So, and then we have Detroit. No, hold on, skip one. The Eagles and the Commanders. Now the Eagles are going. The Eagles are at home versus the Commanders. The Commanders are starting a 3rd-string quarterback in Josh Johnson, Mariota, Jaden Daniels. Josh Johnson's been around the league for about 18 years, but at the end of the day, the Eagles' defense is where it is. With their inefficiency on offense, they're 26th in the league this year after being top last year. But their defense, that with the return of Jaden Carter, their defensive tackle, the dude is a beast. 6'6", 350 pounds. He moves like he's slim. So, at the end of the day, he's a slim man, big boy getting down. So that's why I picked the Eagles. You did as well.
Nice.
And then we're rolling into the next one. We're going to Patriots versus the Dolphins.
Okay.
And right now we both agreed on the Patriots. Quentin Ewert, the Dolphins quarterback that beat the Broncos, is a rookie. I mean, not the Broncos, but the Buccaneers. Is a rookie. The dude doesn't look like on film like a rookie, ladies and gentlemen. That might be Miami's next quarterback full time. They may not need to go somewhere else. They got one in-house because they benched Tua because of his inconsistency.
Right.
That's a bad thing.
Bad thing.
And then we're looking at our Lions versus the Bears in Chicago. I'm picking the Bears at home. You pick the Bears as well. Caleb Williams, this explosive offense is never out of a game. I mean, and the defensive play is tightened up the closer it's gotten to the end of the year. So look for this to be a good game. I don't see Jared Goff bouncing back just yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. But the Bears, I have it. It's going to be another shootout. Yeah. That's the way I see it with the Lions and the Bears. Bears do a little better later in the seasons, though. You know what I mean? I mean, they do have that
play
that
outside.
history.
Yeah.
Of always doing a little bit better later on the season. It's week 18. We only got a couple more. So let's see if they squeeze it out there. But I got them just a little bit over 54%.
Hey, but I'm taking the Bears. The Bears have impressed me these last couple of weeks with their gameplay. And then we're going into the AFC West. Denver's almost locked up the number 1 seed for the AFC. They're playing the Chargers at home. They have the number 2 defense in the league. With the Charger offensive line being injured, they're playing backups. I'm taking the Broncos at home. You took the Broncos as well.
Easily on this one, especially because they're running all those in the secondary people going. It's easily.
And then we have the Jets and the Bills. They haven't said if they're going to play Mitchell Trubisky. Sounds like a cracker. So at the end of the day, like a Triscuit.
Cracker.
So at the end of the day, either way, it's the Bills. I'm picking the Bills. You picked the Bills as well. We agreed on that one. And then the last game, it's win or go home for these Ravens and these Steelers. Without DJ Metcalf, you've seen what the Steelers do. They still have Freiermuth. You remember I talked about him earlier in the year. They're tight end.
Tight end Freiermuth.
But their number 1 with DJ Metcalf out is Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's not number 1. He's not a number 1. We had him in Kansas City for a few years, and he's a number 2, great number 2, but we agreed on the Ravens.
Yep.
For our early picks.
I mean, slight edge, but Ravens for early picks.
These are our early picks. They may change by the first video of 2026. Like, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Tell us where you're falling from. If you disagree with my picks, tell me why you disagree with our picks.
Yeah.
I want to know. I want to know. Yeah. What you think? If you're thinking, oh, my team is going to pull it out, surprise me. You on a 4-game skid like the Bucks? What can you do at home? Florida's home. You lost in Miami to a rookie.
Yep.
What you doing different? Talk to me.
If you guys need more data, let us know. We'll give you more data.
Hey, we'll break it down for you.
Yep. All right. We got going into early mouth-watering picks of the week here. And let's see, we got a.
Keep your mouth round.
There we go. Nice.
Yes.
So, like I said, my mouth-watering pick for this week on the Fight Night card is the underdog Stephanie Hahn, 38%, right? Over 35.7, so 2.3 EV on there.
Yeah.
Plus, I just think she's going to win over Holly Holm based on her age and her boxing career and professionalism, her grit, everything.
Yeah.
So that's my early mouth-watering pick of the week. Now, getting into the football mouth-watering pick of the week.
Ladies and gentlemen, early mouth-watering picks of the week that we agree on. As we have the Buffalo Bills, we have the Jaguars,
There we go.
and then you see the jumble over here.
Yep.
We got the Falcons, we got the Patriots, we got the Rams, we got the Texans, we got the Eagles, and the Bengals.
Yeah, I got to say, we don't agree on a lot this week.
And we don't.
But it's the Bills and the Panthers is all we agree on. And as you can see in the picture there.
Yeah. So
And the rest is, I mean, what? We have 8
Yep.
total, 10 that 10 total.
Yeah.
And 8 of them we don't even agree on. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Wait,
Man, it is
but
amazing.
it's early. This may change.
Yeah, absolutely. Very early. But, my picks, as you can, are usually higher probabilities to win. So that's why I'm kind of amazed we don't agree on a lot. But, hey, it's getting late in the season here.
It's late in the season, but like I said earlier, we don't know who's playing this week.
Yep.
Some of these teams are thinking of resting their veterans and their stars because they can't move in their seed, but that could play a part in how the game's played. I don't like losing. I like winning. So I'm playing my stars to the end. That's me.
Yep.
But I don't know what your team's going to do till later in the week when I see that injury report or the inactive report. So that's going to play a major part in what we do.
Yep. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment below, all that good stuff.
But
that is our mouth-watering picks of the week, right? Early.
That's early mouth-watering
Early
picks of the week
mouth-watering
for fight and football, ladies and gentlemen.
Mouth round.
So Jay, what you got
Nice.
for the new year, man? What's your wish for the new year, man?
New year, more of everything.
More of everything.
It was a good year. 2025 was good. It's looking better for 2026. So, everybody's got their New Year's resolutions and all that stuff going on. I just want to keep moving forward. You know what I mean?
Hey.
So if you guys like, subscribe, hit the bell, helps us keep moving forward with what we're doing. We love being in Vegas. We love doing our sports books. We love doing what we're doing. So we thought we'd share it with you guys and just kind of show you that, we have a good time. We're profitable. We go do things, so it's fun being in Vegas. And we give you guys that edge of what's Vegas, what's the difference, you know what I mean? So we can go from there.
If you want to know more, hit us in the comments. Like, subscribe, follow us on socials.
Yep.
Tell us what you think. Like I said, you want more stats, you want a better breakdown, let us know. We'll break it down even further for you.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, this has been the Betting Dog's Edge. Like, subscribe, hit that bell. Let us know what you think. We'll see you on the next one.